So against the advice of every welding forum that I could find, and all the people that know me, I went ahead and bought this Harbor Freight 90 amp flux wire welder. Now all the forums say stay away from Harbor Freight stuff because it ain't even hobby grade. It's pretty cheap. It'll fall apart. But you know, it was 80 bucks or so, and I've been wanting to learn how to weld, and I've got lots of plans, lots of instructions to make welders out of batteries, welders out of alternators, all sorts of things. So I figured I'd go ahead and get me a cheap welder and mess around and see if I like it before I invest in, in a $500 or $600 or $1,000 welder. Now in the package, it came with this really cheesy welding shield and the pieces for that. The instructions: 2 pounds of flux wire, a little chipping handle brush thing, and the handle and everything. So basically, and you see this has got a really crazy duty cycle. At 80% or 25%, you only can use this thing for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Then you gotta let it rest for almost 8 minutes. So this thing isn't really used for any kind of structural welding, but for fixing a barbecue grill or the stuff that I'm going to mess with this forge, it should work. So the spool of the flux core goes here, and then you put it in here, and basically it's going to feed into the gun, and that flux core lets you weld without any kind of shielding gases. So let me read the instructions a little bit, because I just took this out of the box, and we'll put it together and see what happens. Okay, it seems to be pretty simple. You need to keep this wire tight though once you take the tape off, because it wants to unroll. But you just unscrew this wing nut and this little tightening nut, drop it on there. There's a spring, so this should fit on top of the spring. Then you just feed, this is a little plastic tube, okay, you just feed it in there. This is an adjusting wheel, a tightness wheel. If you just lift it up just like that, this little swing arm comes out. So you take the flux core wire, comes out of this tube, tube ends, then there's a little motorized little wheel that catches the wire. Then you want to make sure that the flex wire then goes into to that tube. Push it back down, lock it, you adjust the tightness a little bit, okay? Then what's going to happen is that wheel's going to turn, and it's going to push the wire, it's going to push the wire out of the end of the welder. Now you want to very careful. You want to make sure that this isn't touching anything, okay? Because otherwise it'll be a bad day. So plug it up, turn it on, and then as you touch this trigger, that wheel's going to move, and this is going to come out, and you want it to come out just a couple inches. See? And you do that as you weld, and the wire will come out. Okay? So let's try to find something that I can try to put a bead on.
I've got a plan, fits my